Nate the Great and the Snow Trail. I, Nate the Great, am a detective. This morning, I was a cold detective. I was standing in the snow with my dog Sludge, building a snow dog and a snow detective. They looked like Sludge and me. They were cold and white and wet, and so were we. Rosamund came along. Rosamund is strange most of the time. Today was one of those times. She was pulling her 4 cats, super hacks, big hacks, little hacks, and plain hacks on a sled. She went up to the snow detective. "I lost your birthday present," she said to him. The snow detective did not answer. I did. "That detective is 1 hour old. Why are you giving him a birthday present?" Rosamund looked at me. "Oh, it's for you," she said. "My birthday is July 12th, I said. "This is the middle of winter." "I believe in giving early," Rosamund said. She pointed to her sled. "I was pulling your present and my cats on my sled. But the present fell off along the way. Do you know when and where it happened?" I asked. "Yes," Rosamund said. "I was feeling drippy. Snow from the trees was falling on me." Then all of a sudden, the sled felt lighter. I turned around and looked at it. Your present was gone. I walked around and around in the snow, but I couldn't find it. It has a happy birthday card on it. Will you look for your present? I, Nate the Great, knew that Rosamund's present must be strange. But I am a detective, and the present was lost. I, Nate the Great, will take your case, I said. Tell me what the present is, so I will know what to look for. Oh, I can't tell you that, Rosamund said. It would spoil the surprise, but it could be big or small, or medium size, or square, or pointy, or flat, or bulgy, or red, or blue, or green, or black, or plaid, or polka dotted, or... Suddenly, I, Nate the Great, knew something. I did not want this case. How can I find something if I do not know what I am looking for? I asked. You are a great detective, aren't you? Rosamund said. She walked away and pulled her cats behind her. Sludge and I went inside. I left a note for my mom. Dear Mother, I am going out into the cold world to look for something strange. I will be back. Love, Nate the Great. I put on a dry pair of mittens. Then Sludge and I went out into the snow. Rosamund had given me a clue, but she did not know it. She had told me that the sled felt lighter the moment the present was not on it. I, Nate the Great, knew that the present must be heavy, but it had to fit on the sled with the 4 cats. So I knew it was not as big as a dead tree, or a broken sofa, or an old door, or some other strange thing that only Rosamund could think of. I, Nate the Great, was glad about that. I looked down at the snow. I saw Rosamund's footprints. I saw sled marks. Some came toward my house. Some went away from my house. I, Nate the Great, had an idea. If I followed the prints that led toward my house, I could see the path that Rosamund took to my house. Perhaps the present was lying in the snow along the path. Sludge and I walked forward in the snow while we watched Rosamond's footprints going backward in the snow. It was a long, cold walk. The snow crunched. Icicles hung from the trees. All at once, under a tree, Rosamond's footprints went in a wide circle, around and around. This must be where she lost my present and was looking for it. Sludge sniffed the snow. I looked in the snow for a package, or the snow print of a package, but the snow next to the sled marks was unbroken. Nate the Great, was puzzled. How could something drop off the sled and not be in the snow or leave a mark in the snow? There were no footprints either. So Nate the Great knew that no one had come along and taken the birthday present. But how did the present get off the sled, and where was it? This is a tough, ice-cold case, I said to Sludge. Sludge shivered. We trudged on. We saw Annie and her dog, Fang. Sludge shivered some more. He was afraid of Fang. Nate the Great, was afraid of Fang. Fang ran toward us. Sludge leaped over a big pile of snow. I had never seen Sludge leap that high. Fang is so friendly, Annie said. She was making a snow dog. It looked just like Fang. It had icicles for teeth. They were long and sharp and pointed, just like Fang's teeth. But I liked them better. They would melt. I said, I'm looking for a heavy birthday present that could be big or small, or medium-sized or square or pointy or flat or bulky, or red or blue or green or black, or plaid or polka-dotted, or any number of things. But there is one thing for sure. It is strange. Rosamond was here, Annie said, but she left. I have not seen anything strange since then. What did she do and say? I asked. Well, Annie said, I was inside drinking hot chocolate. Rosamond came in. She told me she had a birthday present for you. She said it was outside on her sled with her 4 cats. She wouldn't tell me what it was, but she said it was the most beautiful present ever. That is a good clue, I said. Rosamond thinks scorpions and spiders and bats are beautiful. So Nate the Great now know I'm looking for something ugly. I thanked Annie for her help. I called to Sludge. He was hiding behind a pile of snow. We started out again. We are looking for something strange, heavy, and ugly, I said. I saw a snow castle up ahead. Cloud was sitting inside it. Cloud was always losing things. Look what I found, Cloud said. A snow castle. Your luck is changing, I said. Perhaps you have found a strange, heavy, and ugly birthday present? Who would want to find that? Claude asked. It was a good question. But Nate the Great did not want to answer it. I saw an ugly birthday card at a store this morning, Claude said. Rosamond was buying it. Aha, I said. What else did Rosamond buy? She bought 6 cartons of milk, Claude said. Nate the Great was sorry to hear that. 6 cartons of milk? I said. Nate the Great did not want a birthday present that was cold and white and wet. I was already colder and whiter and wetter than I had ever been. I said goodbye to Claude. Enjoy your castle, I said. Don't lose it. How can I lose a castle? Claude asked. Only you know how, I said. Sludge and I went to Rosamond's house. I said, I do not know where my birthday present is, but I know what it is. Please open your refrigerator. Rosamond opened her refrigerator. I saw tuna fish, cat food and a melting snow cat inside. Aha, I said. No milk. You bought 6 cartons of milk this morning, but now you have none. You put them on your sled to take to me. And that was the birthday present you lost on the way to my house. Rosamond took out the snow cat and licked it. Why would I buy you a strange present like 6 cartons of milk? She asked. I, Nate the Great, knew better than to tell Rosamond why. The milk was for my cats, Rosamond said. They drank it up. I, Nate the Great, was getting nowhere. This case was more ice cold than ever. I tried to think warm thoughts. I thought about my worm house. I thought about worm cakes. I said goodbye to Rosamond. Sludge and I trudged home through the snow. Sludge was still shivering. At home, I ate some worm pancakes. I gave Sludge a worm bone. Sludge is a great detective, but all he had done was shiver and lip in the snow. Lip in the snow, lip. I, Nate the Great, thought about that. Did Sludge know something I didn't know? I thought about footprints and sled marks in the snow, and snow that had no marks in it, and 6 cartons of milk and other chilly things. The milk was for Rosamond's 4 cats, but she bought 6 cartons. Who or what needed the 2 extra cartons of milk? And what would Rosamond think was the most beautiful present ever? Suddenly, I, Nate the Great, knew what my present was, and where it was, and how it got there. I said to Sludge, I know what is heavy, strange, and ugly, and can get off a sled without landing in the snow. The case is solved, and you are a big help. But we must go out into a cold world again. Sludge and I went back to the place where Rosamond had lost the present. This time I did not look down at the snow. I looked up at the tree. There was my birthday present sitting high up in the tree. It was heavy and strange and ugly, all right. It was the biggest cat I had ever seen. It was bigger than Super Hex. It was almost as big as Sludge. It was almost as big as me, Nate the Great. It was a monster. It had a happy birthday card hanging from a ribbon around its neck. Now I knew why Rosamond had bought 6 cartons of milk when she had only 4 cats. This monster cat she was giving me was so big it needed 2 cartons of milk. And I knew why I had not seen the birthday present or marks from the birthday present in the snow next to the sled. The birthday present had not touched the snow. It had leaped from the sled into the tree. Now I knew everything except what I was going to do with my birthday present. Sludge and I went back to Rosamond's house. The case is solved, I said. I found my birthday present up a tree. Oh, good, Rosamond said. His name is Super Duper Hex. I got him from the same place I got Super Hex, Big Hex, Little Hex, and Plain Hex. I wanted to keep him, but he fights with my cats and wins. He scratches, claws, and bites. But nobody's perfect. Happy birthday! Sometimes being a great detective is not great. Sludge and I trudged home through the snow. We passed the tree where my birthday present was still sitting. He liked it. He liked it there. Maybe he would sit there forever. Or maybe he would jump down and follow us home. Sludge and I kept walking. I, Nate the Great, knew 2 new things. Never look up and never look back. Sludge and I went home and sat by the fire. I was glad I had only 1 birthday a year.